That is crazy. You don't be scheduling no sex with me. I don't even want it. How you gonna schedule that? Is this? All right. Hey guys, and welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday with Terrell, Ariel. Yes, we here, y'all. So I got my dingle hopper. It is Little Mermaid Day, episode 98. Little Mermaid finally hit what? Blu-ray. And I'm excited, y'all. Did y'all pick up y'all Blu-ray copies? All right, so Little Mermaid did hit Disney Plus a few weeks ago, and it was the #1 or the most streamed feature on their site. Like, new movie. Ain't that crazy? And I was like, oh, wins across the board. Shout out to Haley, she's amazing. Or Hallie, let's say her name right. She was great as Ariel in this movie. So if y'all listen to the newest episode of the Overlook Hour, they had on a girl talking about her movie, right? And she had the nerve to talk about the length of this movie. Because again, the original movie was like an hour and a half. This one was like 2 hours and 15 to 20 minutes, right? Which was fine, because this is like 2 movies in one, y'all, let me tell you. So I picked up the Blu-ray Steelbook. It is beautiful. Look at this part where she's looking out, she wants to be part of your world. And he got all her little, got the scuttle with his scuttlebutt and all that. This is the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook. And Best Buy is hit and miss. So we're gonna get into that later in this episode, but they hit and miss, but they hit with this. And they actually packaged it great. They must be watching my videos, girl, because they really had this together. They had it in a box and it was all wrapped up in bubble wrap. It was a big box too. It's like, did they send me some extra? I'm excited, I love this Steelbook. I double dipped, I got the Walmart one on the way, it just shipped today. It comes with the pen and it's exclusive 4K to Walmart, and I got a different cover. So I love this movie. Yeah, it's a little bit different from the cartoon. It has a lot of the same hits and misses. You got the dingle hoppers. You get the cameo from the original Ariel and all that shit. She's the one that gives her the dingle hopper, the fork to eat her food. Prince Eric has a whole ass storyline in this movie. Maybe y'all don't care about the prince, but the prince doesn't like to be like on land. He likes to be out on the sea. But every time he go on the sea, this man is cursed. He is always getting like shipwrecked. All his people, he losing people on the ocean and shit. And Ariel, one night, she found him and sang her little siren song, and he fell in love. It's kind of interesting because they have this whole moment where Ariel, when she finally gets her feet and she on land and she finds this little water room. You know how Ariel wanted to be part of your world with the dingle hoppers? She tried to find shit like this in the water, and she's like, I wonder what this is. And she collects it and has her little dungeon of all human shit. Well, he has a dungeon of all sea shit. So it gave you more insight. So they love. It wasn't about this girl that just wanted to get some dick. She just wanted to be part of this human world, and he wanted to be part of the sea shit. Ursula was great in this. Miss Melissa McCarthy did her thing. I love this movie. Y'all shady if y'all didn't like it. I don't know what y'all didn't like. The music was good. Oh, I'm getting tangled. I'm looking forward to rewatching this. Has loads and loads and loads of dingle hopper bonus features, y'all. The scuttlebutt, passing the dingle hopper. There's a song selection. There's a sing-along, some bloopers, song breakdowns. I guess it breaks into the production and the stories about each song. Because, you know, they added some new shit. They even deleted the song, bitch. Everything's hotter under the water. I don't know how that could be, but I guess so. Little Mermaid. Did y'all pick this up this week? And if you didn't, y'all should. Did y'all watch it? You watched it on Disney Plus? Yeah, we celebrating this week. We Little Mermaids. I went to the theater this past weekend and I saw A Haunting in Venice. Ain't this crazy? A Haunting in Venice. If y'all know what this is a sequel to Death on the Nile, which was a sequel to the Murder on the Orient Express. These are stories from Miss Agatha Christie, this old lady who come up with these stories about these people who are on a room and somebody committed murder. You know, the 10 people little Indian shit. I forgot the term. I love this movie. So I saw some of y'all little hoochie mamas outside all talking about this movie is just, oh, it's just too slow. Bitch, too slow. Did y'all watch Death on the Nile? One bitch said he liked Death on the Nile more than this, and I was so confused because Death on the Nile was a snooze fest. It took forever to get, it took an hour and a half to get to the kill. And then we had to figure out who the fucking killer was. And I was so confused. I liked it though. I like my Gal Gadot, and I like the little twists and turns that brought. I liked it better than that train shit with Michelle Pfeiffer trying to make her comeback. So we get into the theater, right? What's her name? Michelle Yeoh. She's from Everything All the Way at Once and Everywhere in the Trees, whatever, the Black Hole movie. She's great in this, let me tell you. I had my seat, I sat way at the top in the middle with my popcorn. Bitch, I got my Paw Patrol bucket. I was mighty, I was excited. Anyway, so I was eating my popcorn. Once this movie comes on, I'm like, oh my God, we have to see this. And mind you, the other ones were like 2.5 hours. This one's only an hour and 40 minutes. I also had an hour and 40 minutes of shenanigans on the side of me. So these 2 older people came in. They seemed very nice. Little older Asian couple. They sat down. We reclined. They were talking all through the trailers. Who gives a f, because it's just spoilers anyway, so I didn't really care. But as the movie started, I'm like, why are they still talking? Once Michelle Yeoh was on screen though, they were mute. they took the Beyonce challenge seriously. So they were on mute when that bitch was on there, but then when she died, spoiler alert, they was just talking the whole fucking movie. They was just talking. So the people in front of us, there's a little couple here, and there was a whole bunch of people in front of us, right? They kept turning back looking at us. Some of them looking at me, I'm like, bitch, I'm not talking. It's me. And it wasn't just like whispers. It was talking. I was like, bitch, could you hear yourself? Because it was louder than the movie. There was one scene that I was really into. They was over here talking the whole time, and I was confused. I would have learned a whole new language if I was listening. I would have spoke the same language. I was like, what, are they in trouble? I'm confused. But they were so nice, though. It's like a lot of people didn't really want to say anything, but as the movie progressed, people were like shushing them, and it got louder. Half the theater was shushing up at us. And it wasn't me, though. It was them. They were the fucking peanut gallery. What they call them? The peanut gang gallery? That's what they was doing. Oh, it ruined my experience. So all the shushes and stuff, they still didn't get the hint. They gotta say it. Maybe it wasn't the right language. So this movie's about him. He's in retirement. You know, he's a well-renowned murder mystery solver man. Petrillo. I say his name wrong, but who cares? Petrillo. And then you got this mama grieving her daughter's death. And then you got Tina Fey, really funny bitch. She came in from Mean Girls. You know, October 3rd is right around the corner. And then she come in, she's like, I'm gonna get you out of retirement. And he's like, no, you're not. He living his best life. He got little Sebastian following him, little Mexican man with a little fucked up. He following him, talking about, oh, my family's cursed, help me solve the mystery. He was not having any of these mystery solving shit. Petrillo was talked and coursed in by Miss Tina Fey to go check out this mansion. Oh, this mansion was beautiful, y'all. I want to go to Venice. It was haunted, like creepy as so I like about the movie. The atmosphere was amazing. They go into the room, right when you go into this, you can feel the well, he felt the presence. I can't feel it because I ain't in the movie. I'm hearing these people talk. And there's this well-renowned medium, what she wants to be called, because she don't want to be called a witch, Miss Yao. So she enters and she's like, oh, I feel darkness. Bitch, you lying. So he's trying to find out if this girl's real or not, because Tina Fey believes that she's a real thing. Like she could see spirits. And she had me thinking I could see spirits. This movie's great. I don't want to spoil too much, but I think I already did. Basically, they go there, somebody dies. They have to figure out why this person died, because the daughter died in this house, someone else died in this house, and another person of death in this movie. Christian Grey is in this movie, y'all. From 50 Shades, you know, with the whips. He was getting whipped too, maybe by a ghost. This movie is great. Oh, and to cap it all off, y'all, this took place on Halloween. And bitch, let me tell you, the costume these kids was wearing was scary as hell. It wasn't, you know, this. It was a bunch of weird ass shit that they went outside and put some dirt on some fucking, I don't know, paper and put it on their face and they molded it into something. I don't know, it was weird. It wasn't just like pumpkins and ghosts and witches. It was some creepy ass shit from the 40s. You know, people crazy in the 40s. I don't know, it's Venice. I didn't guess the killer. I kind of thought I did because the movie does a good job at making you think different people is the killer. So if you guys like whodunits, you like supernatural horror thrillers, then I would check this out. And I hope they have a sequel. They need to keep it spooky, bitch. All right, so we're getting to another movie, y'all, that I watched over the weekend that's on Shudder. And it's called Elevator Game. Y'all like elevators? I like elevators, so I don't feel like walking up steps. But after I watched this movie, I don't know if I want to get on the elevator again. Well, not one with 10 floors, because mine got 4. It opens up with this little prissy bitch with this little sundress that walks into her little elevator. And she's all streaming, hey guys, I'm gonna, you know, her little TikToker shit, I'm gonna do the Red Room Challenge. There's this sorority that played a prank on this poor girl in this hotel. They locked her in this elevator or some shit, or under the elevator. And she was there for many, many days. And I guess the elevator killed her. She went crazy. It became an urban legend. Like if you go into this sequence of floors, I think it's like floor 2, then you go 4, 6, 10, back to 2, then you go to 5. When you go to 5, bitch, when you press number 5, you have to close your eyes. Because this is the door, bitch. Ghost is gonna do is gonna walk in and it's gonna stand beside you. You can't look at the bitch or she's gonna rip your head off. You gotta keep your eyes closed and you feel her presence. So you're gonna feel the shit on your neck and the hair going crazy, then you know she there. Once you hear the doors closed, you hit 1 to save yourself. Basically, she goes in and she does all the sequences. She gets scared because lights start flickering. And then she didn't do it right or some shit, and the ghost come and eat her. It was good. Stupid bitch. I don't know why she doing this for social media. You died, bitch. That's what you get. Or did she? We gotta watch the movie. It goes into these influencer people. This group of friends who just like, they do dares and shit, and they go to different haunted areas, and they try to prove it wrong and see if it's real, or try to get views and all this good shit. They get paid. They monetize or some shit. If they don't get another big hit by the end of the weekend, they gonna lose all their money or some shit. I don't know how that even works. I don't get paid doing this. There's this guy that overhears them. Come to find out, he's a sibling of the bitch who died at the beginning. And girl, he wanted to get them back because one of the people in the group and gaslighted her. As the movie goes on, they don't believe that going to a elevator is gonna be impactful or entertaining for the fans. So they didn't want to do it. But then when they found out they were losing money, they had nothing else to do, they went to go do it. The movie's all right. I had a good time with it because I like these movies where there's like this urban legend, there's these dumb kids that you want to see die. Go and do the dumb shit that you shouldn't be doing anyways, and multiple people told you not to do it. So they do it anyways. And they go up and down elevators and they go into the whodunit world and they all start dying one by one. They're all stupid as y'all seen this before. The acting's not that great. I was laughing because it was very Tubi-ish. It could have been a Tubi original and it would have been just fine. Elevator game. Let me know what y'all thought. I gave it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it, but I've seen a lot of people on Letterboxd give this 1s and 2s. Would I play this? Hell no. That girl, she looked too scary. She was red. Oh, and it reminded me of this one scene. Have y'all seen John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness? Have y'all seen that? I remember the scene that scared me as a child, where he went into that weird ass world and there's this girl, her neck ripped around like this, and then she put her head back and she was walking like she was Reagan and she was like a spider. That happened in this movie, in the red world, bitch. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is red world. Where's my red wig? But yeah, check it out if y'all like it. It's on Shudder. Shudder, y'all been putting out hits and misses. Another movie I watched, we'll make this quick. This one was all right. I think a lot of y'all already seen this because when I posted, people were like, oh yeah, called The Octo Games. So I was just perusing through Tubi. This is not a Tubi original. We're gonna get into a Tubi movie shortly. But this movie, I mean, it was okay. Very Squid Games. The Squid Games came out, you know, it took over the world. So the movie opened up with this famous YouTuber. You know, all these movies about YouTubers now. This YouTuber's like, hey guys, you know, he's very jockey LA. He's Jax Pro. Apparently he's a multi-millionaire off of YouTube or some shit. He's famous, but he wants to run away and be fat. He has a girlfriend. She says she's tanning in the cold, bitch. She's standing like this with her glasses on. It's misty, damn near about to rain. And she's talking about, all my followers say I need a tan. Bitch, where the sun? How you gonna, your little white pasty ass gonna get tan in cold snow, bitch? And he's like, I can't wait to run away so I could just be fat. She's like, ooh, I wanna be fat too. He was like, how fat? This movie's stupid as hell. He LA. They wanna run away and just be normal people. They don't wanna be socialites anymore. So he came up with this game, bitch. He got like 40 people in a room, all types of people, old, young, kids, teenagers, weirdos, they, thems, they got them all. So everybody in one room, bitch, the whole life. They all gotta play a game called Simon Says. If Simon say, do what you gotta do, do what you gotta do. And if you don't listen, they get eliminated, right? But once they start getting eliminated, he didn't realize that they all get killed. So you have this furry guy come out, you know the little people that like to get by furry, people that dressed up like animals, looked like that. He had a fox outfit on, like the little bulls. He came out, he had a hammer, and he was just killing bitches that weren't Simon Says in it. Y'all better Simon Says. What does Simon Says say? You say it, or do it. You know what you mean. You play Simon Says. Once you get down to the final like 8 people, those people are gonna go on to the game. So once everyone's eliminated, there's 8 people left, right? You got all the types of people. You got the jock, the token black, you got the Asian, you got all the people. So if you win, these are all socialites or people that want to be something. There's a cookbook lady, there's self-help book man, I don't know, there's an influencer. So he has this big account and he's gonna pass this account to the winner and give them all this money and they get to take over. So they're all excited, but at the same time, like, oh, we're gonna die. So they have to play the game because if they try to leave, they're gonna get killed. But they gotta play kids games. They play like musical chairs, all that kind of shit. Tetherball, which I was excited about. Bitch, you couldn't see me on the playground, bitch. You know, if you were elementary school with me, some of y'all might watch this, might have went there. Bitch, you couldn't see me at Tetherball. That was my game, bitch. I love it. We used to have tournaments and I would always win, bitch. They were playing all these games and it started getting eliminated one by one. And I started caring for some of these motherfucking characters. And then you got one guy, he was like, you can't because he lost twice. He should have died twice, but he cheated. There was this old lady that beat him in musical chairs, so he had to be eliminated and shot in the head, right? And he said, nope. He grabbed that old lady and choked her to death. He kicked her, he grabbed the chair and threw it on her. It was like a spoof from Mad TV. I thought it was, you know, a scary movie. It was like that, girl. This is Tubi. He was beating the out of her. So he eliminated her himself so he could move on. I didn't know you could cheat. He irritated me because he did that the whole game. He thought he was gonna win. Spoiler alert. So this is the Octo Games. You know, octopuses, we in a SeaWorld today. So this movie, I don't know if I'd recommend it, but it was kind of fun if y'all like the dial dramas. So we're moving on to another movie. I don't know why I was so much into this movie, but this movie is called My Animal. I believe this might be on Shudder too. If not, it's on Amazon, but My Animal, this movie was great. This starred the girl from Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I cannot think of her damn name. She was in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies as well as The Hunger Games. She played Miss Ruthie, the one that got killed in the first Hunger Games. Spoiler alert, but y'all should have seen it. That movie's old. So it starred her and this other girl. I don't remember her name. I think she's French or something because her name is hard to explain. It's about her. She's an outcast. and she's also a werewolf. And her family all knows. I guess her dad is a werewolf. Her little brother's a werewolf. Let me tell you, I wrote notes on this movie, right? And I wrote sisters, and I realized these were boys. They had long hair like girls. I was like, I feel bad. They're brothers. So the two little brothers that caught her and realized she's a lesbian. It's a coming-of-age story, but she's also a werewolf, and she's a lesbian trying to come into herself. With her dad, they watch wrestling together. When he leaves, she replays the videos of the female wrestlers, and she touches herself like a wolf. She's on all fours and just digging up in there. Yeah, I couldn't believe this is an artsy movie, y'all. A lot of sex and nudity. When there's full moon, she gets chained up in her room. Her mama's an alcoholic drunk because she opened her legs for a werewolf, and now she got a little werewolf life, and she's human. And she's just a bitch. The girl's the outcast. Heather is her name. She goes to school. No one likes her. As time goes on, she goes to the grocery store because her mom, who hates life, sends her to go buy liquor and cigarettes. Bitch ain't 21, but she sends her there, and I guess they sell it to her because she does look old. White cracks. I'm sorry. And then she goes there, she takes a liking to Johnny, or Johnny. They call her all kinds of different names in this movie. I don't know if it's a typo. Her name it starts with a J, but they call her Johnny sometimes and Jonay sometimes. I don't know if it's an accent thing. I don't know. She's gorgeous. She in there stealing liquor herself. Her little man in the car, in the truck, making her go steal liquor because she's pretty. She just was all this girl. She thought she was just so beautiful. They take little eyes. The next scene, you see Johnny. She's an ice skater, and she lost her mom, and she has a daddy. Her daddy, he's strict as because when she up on her ice skating, he said, bitch, you ain't coming home with me. He left her in the ice cold, and she's sitting outside, just sitting there. The girl, the lesbian girl, she come over, she's like, oh, are you okay? She's like, oh, my dad left me because I messed up on my my turn. I don't know what you do when you ice skate. I don't know why he left her there. She could have got kidnapped by a werewolf. So as the movie goes on, they start hanging out, but she can't hang out past a certain time. Like there's one time, Johnny called Heather and said, because she has to call her at the house phone because she ain't got a cell phone. She weird. So the mama's like, oh, your friend keeps calling. She wants to go out, but it's too late. The full moon is coming, and it was gonna be a big full moon or whatever, some epic full moon, I don't know. She's like, Mom, I have to go out. I can control it, but she can't control it. So she have her go out, and guess what? She does drugs. So she go out and do drugs and drink with these people, with this group of friends, because she wants to get in the coochie of Janae. She starts getting weird, and hair starts growing on her arms. She wears baggy clothes to conceal the hair. She had to run home because they were too drunk to bring her home. So that's when the weird shit started happening, and Janae got kind of scared, right? But she didn't know she was a werewolf. They start taking a liking to each other. There's a lot of other drama. I don't want to spoil too much of this. Janae, for me, she has a boyfriend, but the boyfriend's a douchebag. She does have a hookup scene with this character, but then she gets scared because she just like, I'm not a lesbian. And then it's one of those things where the character is mean because she feels like, I don't want to be this way. This movie is really sad to me. It's not really a horror movie per se. It's more like a romance, or a not romance, or a romance that makes you not want to have romance. Does that make sense? Y'all should watch it and let me know what you think. But I liked it, and I was Team Heather the whole way. Janae pissed me off. Now it's time for a Tubi movie I want to talk about, and it's kind of a special one, kinda, but it's time for Terrell's Tubi time. So I was looking for something to watch. I was looking for a Tubi original. This one is not a Tubi original, but you could find it on Tubi. It did just hit Tubi this past weekend, and it's from Eduardo, my buddy Eduardo. He's from Unica Films. Shout out to him. He usually does like horror films. He like Ride Scare, a war film, which is pretty solid. He did a movie with Tony Todd. So now he's doing a couples kind of movie, like a romantic drama type of thing. And let me tell you, this shit is crazy. I'm teeter-tottering on if I should just spoil it or not, but I don't really want to spoil it because I think y'all should watch it. So it's about 3 different couples, right? They're all meeting up on this vacation because they all are overworked and they want to have a good time with their friends they haven't seen in a while. It opens up with the main couple, the boyfriend, he's in the tub, rubber-dub-dubbing. The girl is making pancakes, and apparently the bitch can't cook. But then he's like, oh, you gonna make me breakfast? It pans to the next couple. It's JJ. JJ is my favorite. Let me tell you, JJ, he has this girlfriend that he's been dating on and off for a while. And she's a socialite. All she cares about is her Instagram. And he's trying to tell her, like, girl, I need me some loving. Like, I need you to come home. He's like, I'll buy you everything. She living the best life, right? Like, she's like a Kardashian. When he come home, she in lingerie for the Instagram, but he don't get none. They ain't had sex in a while. He feels some type of way about this. And he's very vocal about it. You gotta open them legs for me sometimes, right? Not just open them legs for Instagram. She's like, oh, you're just being but he buying you all that shit. Our legs will be open. And then you have the next couple. You got the Latino man with his black girlfriend. They seem like the happiest of the 3 couples, but you know something gotta be wrong. So they all meet up at the house, and JJ's my favorite. Let me tell you, they get into this mansion. Why JJ, the first thing he calls out is, y'all got water damage. He was like a hurricane hit this house. I was dead, because there were spots in the ceiling. You know in Tubi movies, you be seeing weird shit. He called it out. Did he break the 4th wall? I don't know. They all talk. The girls have their moments. The girls like, oh, when do y'all get married? They all have the little kikis and all that. The guys sit down. And mind you, these actors have great chemistry. It seemed like I was watching real friends hanging hanging out. And it was great. They were drinking, secrets were unfolded. There's lots of drama too, girl. The happy-go-lucky couple, the man in the relationship, he is known for cheating a lot. Like, he be hooking up with everybody, right? He claims he was so faithful to this new girl. And then on her side with her friends, she's like, we don't have sex, we gotta schedule sex. And I was like, oh, y'all schedule sex? I was done right there, girl. I got time to be scheduling. Like some white people, y'all both not white. That is crazy. Yo, oh, at 3 o'clock, you be me, okay, on the washer and dryer. Bitch, no! That is crazy. You don't be scheduling no sex with me. I don't even want it. You can't schedule this dick getting hard. You crazy. You gonna schedule that wet pussy. How you gonna schedule that? I'm confused. All right, so there's that. And you got Miss O-Girl talking about, oh, I want to be a famous influencer, but he doesn't understand me. Bitch, if you don't ride that dick, he buying you all this shit. Do you want them cores and them purses, bitch? Them Birkins? Dumb bitch. Anyway, so she was great. The whole cast was great in the roles that they played. Very beautiful cast. Very, very attractive cast. They all have a sit down for this dinner, girl. This is where all things hit. It's like a fucking Tyler Perry movie, bitch. They all sit down for dinner, and mind you, they all take a little sniff of the dinner, and they're like, ooh, the main girl who made pancakes earlier, she made the dinner, and she's like, y'all not hungry? Everyone's like, oh no, I've been drinking, I'm good, I'll eat later. They all looking up the food all crazy because a bitch can't cook. There's nothing worse than going to somebody's house and they can't cook, girl. You gotta lie. Bitch, why? You should have said that y'all ate before, because girl, I wouldn't have been sitting there trying to pretend, girl. Where the garbage disposal? The bitch can't cook, and she also can't keep her legs closed. This movie is twisted. This ending, I don't want to spoil it. If y'all want to know, y'all can message me, but y'all should go watch this movie. Out of respect, I'm not going to spoil this for Eduardo. Great movie. I want to see what you're going to do next. Streaming on Tubi called A Couple's Betrayal on Tubi. To close out this episode, we got one more Blu-ray, y'all. Best Buy. I told y'all earlier in this episode, they're hit and miss. Well, they show a miss this time. Many people ordered this movie, and it is The Exorcist 4K. This is a beautiful, beautiful steelbook for this release. Beautiful. And it's sold out everywhere in seconds. It's showing up on eBay for hundreds of dollars. Also, a lot of people's pre-orders got canceled. I think they oversold them. Stores didn't even get the shit in stock. And I'm bummed because I really want it. And I'm not the only one that complained about this. So Best Buy gets their shit together. Thank you for Little Mermaid though. So The Exorcist was re-released here in 4K Ultra HD just in time for The Exorcist Believer, which is dropping October 6th. So this is the 4K re-release for this edition. And I just went with the basic bitch edition, which is the slipcover, which is great because Target, I had to ask them because Target, they had nothing out. They didn't have Little Mermaid out. They didn't have The Exorcist out. And bitch, I was possibly gonna get that movie Sick, the Kevin Williamson movie. They only released it on DVD, but it has a slipcover, bitch, so I'm gonna get that. It's in their ad, and I saw people posting it, but Target didn't have it out. But Sick, so check that out. That came out today, only on DVD. It's a COVID movie with a chase scene. I love a good chase scene. Check that movie out if you haven't. The Exorcist, I can't wait to rewatch this. I'm definitely rewatching this before I go into the new one. This new trilogy that they're making from Blumhouse. You know, Taylor Swift, The Witch. She pushed the movie up. It's supposed to come out Friday the 13th, which would have been perfect. Yeah, Linda Blair. This has the director's cut included and the original. It doesn't have a lot of bonus features that I thought it would for something so iconic. Exorcist. Did y'all pick up The Exorcist this week? Let me know. This has been fun. This is episode 98, y'all. Don't forget to listen to the Overlook Hour every week. Y'all better get on it because like I mentioned earlier about that interview they had with the live stream girl. That was a fun interview. Y'all gotta go out, and a lot of their interviews are great, but y'all need to go listen to them. Oh, this hair. Listen to the Overlook Hour every Tuesday and Thursday. Also, Horror Boner. Stay tuned for episode 6. I'm still dreading that episode to drop because I was a hot mess. But stay tuned. I have an unboxing coming up soon, and episode 100 is coming, and we are knocking on October, bitch. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss the October episodes because Spooky Bluray Tuesday has returned. I got some surprises y'all don't want to miss. So I'll see y'all next week. Bye. All right, let's take this picture and get this shit off my head.